Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to explore more about Dart built-in data type list. At the end of this video, you will have a full understanding about list and when to use list and what are the different ways of using list in your program. Let's get started with the simple definition of list. Array is a standard or basic data type in every programming language. In Dart, list is nothing but an array, and moreover, it is an ordered group of objects where user can access the elements by giving the index. If you see the below examples, so in the first example, it is list of numbers. So there is no need to have 1, 2, 3, but you can give any numbers here. And the second one is list of names. And similarly, we can have any objects inside this list. But just for a simple understanding, I have given this list with simple data types. So if we go deeper into understand the syntax of the list object, so the first it starts with the identifier. So Dart is a dynamically typed language, so you can give a var, but if you want, you can also define the exact data type of list. Okay, but in general, it is sufficient to define var as the type identifier. And the next one is the variable. So at any object, you need to provide variable name. So similarly, for the list object, we have given a variable name and then the assignment operator or the equal operator, and then it starts with the left parenthesis, and inside we have to define what kind of values you can put into the list object, and then we have the close bracket and then the expression end operator. Okay, so this is a simple syntax how you can create a simple list objects into your program. But when you refer the dot API definition, there are so many other ways you can create the list objects. We have seen how to create a list object. Now we will see how you can access, because at the end you need to access those elements when you code your program. So assume that in your list you have these values 2, 4, 6 in the list. So as I already mentioned before, Dart list objects are index based or ordered group. So here the index starts from 0 and then 1 and then 2. So if you want to access the first element, so you simply refer values of 0, which gives the first value, and if you want to refer the second value, you can give values of 1, then it will return you the second value from this list. We have seen a simple way how we can create a list in Dart program, and moreover there are other techniques also available in the Dart language to manipulate your existing list and create a new list. The first one is spread operator. Spread operator is a special syntax with 3 dots. So if you see the example, so first line, I'm just creating a new list object with 1, 2, 3. I'm creating a new list object with the existing list object and some additional object. So 5, 6 is the new values in the new list, and from the existing list I'm just putting the three dots and inserting into this new list. If you access this new list, now you will have these five objects into the new list. So this is the spread operator. Remember, three dots for the spread operator. Next one is the collection if. So collection if is nothing but you can add some object into the list by enforcing some conditions. So if you see this example, in the initial list we have 1 2 as values, and in the new values, so we have included the first list, and then we are adding some condition. If values are length greater than 2, then adding 0. So if you see the syntax, so if is a normal syntax and space and directly that value. So at any point in time you can add only one value when you use collection if. And collection for, this is also follows the similar syntax of collection if, but at any point in time you can add more than one value when you use the collection for. So this also follows the similar syntax. If you see the here where new value is equal to, so I'm just using this spread operator to include some existing list, and this is the syntax for for. So for where I in values, so I'm taking the values from the previous list and I'm multiplying each element with the 2. So the new values will be injected directly into this new values array, right? So when you run this program, you will have the existing values from this values array as well as the new values added through the for loop. Okay? Now we have seen the definitions and how to use different ways of list and everything. Let us see the examples in code. Okay, let me start with a simple list. So how to create a simple list. So here I have defined a name and list of string object, and I'm simply printing that. And when you want to add some additional values, so you can simply call names dot add, and you can include the additional values. And at the same time, if you want to replace some existing values from the array or the list, you can simply access that particular value by giving the index. So here it is a 0 is the index, which means it is trying to access the first element and it is replacing that with this name Freddy. Okay, if you run this program, you will see this clearly. So let me run this program first. Okay, so as per the print statement, so if you see here, so the initial list has 3 elements and we have the size printed and it is 3. Now we are adding the 4th element, not all, and we are replacing the first element with Freddy. So if you see the new list, so the first element is Freddy, so this is the new list and the size increased to 4. Okay, next we will see the constant list. So constant is a keyword to enforce your list is a non-modifiable list. So in some situation we may be willing to have some non-modifiable list. So it might be some list of constant or list of predefined values. So in that situation, so you just provide or create a list with the const keyword. So if I run this program, for now, and we are seeing this list here. It's a constant list, and now what I'm going to do is, so I'll just try to modify some of the values. Okay, so I'll take the or instead of assigning this, I'll try to add dot add some random number 6. Okay. So when I try to add this, so theoretically this should not allow me to modify these values because this is a constant list. Let me see how this program behaves. Yes, yes. If you see here, so we are getting an exception. An exception. It clearly says that cannot add to an unmodifiable list. But if you remove this and run this program, it won't report any problem. But our intention is not to modify this list, so it works as expected. So remember that when you want to define some predefined set of values in the array, so you can get use of this const keyword. Okay. Next, we will see how we can use the spread operator with the list. So the spread operator, as I mentioned before, the spread operator is defined by 3 dots. So this is the initial list with values 1, 2, 3, and here I am defining a new list with some additional values along with my previous thing. Let us see how this behaves. Right. So the list is extended. I'm just printing the new list. It is extended with 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3 from the parent or the initial list. Okay. So next we will see the collection if. Okay, so collection if, as I mentioned before, if you want to add some additional values with some special conditions, so you can use the collection if syntax. So here I am creating a list with values 1 and 2, and in the new list I'm also using the existing list, and I'm adding a new condition: if values dot length greater than 2, then add additional value of 0. So let me run this program. So now the value is 1 and 2 because when you calculate the size. So here if I add the additional condition, so then this will have 0 as well. So this way, this is a simple example, but this is the crux of explaining a simple collection if. Okay, so you can apply this concept in any of your program when there is a need based on some collection, based on some condition. If you want to enhance your existing list, you can apply this concept. Okay, for so the collection for is nothing but you can use for condition to add more than one values into the list directly. So if you see this example, our initial list with 3 values, and this is the new list with the existing list plus the for loop. So for loop simply multiplying this values into 2 and just adding into the new list. So when you run this program, see, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. So I'll just change this to 5. Let me see how this works. Yeah, 5 into 2. Okay. Yeah, this is working as expected. So this is how you can manipulate list in different ways based on your business requirement. Okay, I believe this this video has given you a fair understanding about list and when to use lists and what different ways of defining a list and everything. If you like this video, you can share and subscribe this video to your friends. Thank you.